All right, I believe we're live in the group, although it's not showing that we're live yet. It still says loading. Slow Facebook. All right, I see myself in the group and I can hear myself. So boom, we are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Creative Crypto Show. Today is June 26, 2018. We're going to talk about a few things. First, we're going to talk about the current state of the market. We're going to talk about Tether pretending to be the Federal Reserve. We're going to talk crypto fantasy sports just a little bit more. We're going to look at my results from yesterday and giving away some more free Litecoin. So if you're watching this from within the Creative Crypto group, welcome. Drop me a like in the hashtag live. Let me know that you're here. If you're watching the replay, welcome to you as well. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in. If you want to join me on this Zoom, you just click the link right up there and you can actually hop on and chat face-to-face with me if you want. If you're watching this on YouTube, then there's a link to come over and join us in the group if you are interested in that. Hey, Dolly, welcome to the call. So we're going to dive right in. It's going to be kind of a short show comparatively to most other shows because my daughter was sick and here most of the day yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to look at all of the crypto news sources and things that I usually look at. So this is going to be kind of off the cuff. We're just going to evaluate the market, see what's going on, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and start by sharing my screen. But before we do that, while I'm doing that, I guess, I'm going to share some good news. My good news is I bought this razor the other day, a couple of weeks ago, actually. I bought a razor, which is one that I've been wanting to buy. And it's not a big deal. It's supposed to be like the best razor in the world. Anyway, today they sent me this little the razor's called the One Blade. It's a little branded. It's called a Rambler. It's a Yeti thing. I have the large version of this Yeti cup. It's like annoyingly big. It's an amazing cup, but it doesn't fit into any cup holder ever. And so it's just not that good. I'm making sure I'm in the right. Yeah. All right. So I'm in the right group. Okay. So that being said, that's my good news. I got a new cup to drink out of, and I think it's like a whiskey cup. It's one of those things like, you know, how you bought a razor. Here's like a manly cup you can drink out of. I put apple cider vinegar in it and drink out of it in the morning. So nonetheless, I do like my new little cup. So that's my good news. Now let's get into the crypto stuff. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to take a look at everything that's going on in the market. I'm going to start by this website right here. I'm guessing you guys can see my screen. All right, perfect. So let's take a look at what's going on. First thing we look at is the crypto market cap, currently sitting at 251 billion. That's down about $10 billion from yesterday. The 24-hour volume is at 17.5 billion. That's a little bit less than yesterday's 24-hour volume. Total number of cryptocurrencies, 1,586. That's the exact same number as yesterday. Bitcoin dominance is continuing to go up, though, 42.2%. That's up from 41.7 yesterday. So that's kind of where we're at a glance. If you look at this column right here, the change in the last 24 hours, and you just do a quick scroll, you'll see that there's a lot of red again. A lot of red again. The biggest losers for the last 24 hours are these right here. Basic attention token down 8.8%. Vertasium down 8.6%. Let's see, Neo is down almost 5%. So what does this mean? These are two of my favorite coins. You guys know that I talk about these two coins a lot. So this means buying time for both of these. I'm loading up on both of these coins. Vertasium is under $50 right now, $47. That's a ridiculously low price. Anything under $100 for this coin is a complete steal. It was a $400 coin not too long ago, just a few months ago. Now, with everything going down, Bitcoin leading away, all of the other coins being attached to it, this is on sale in a big way. I'm a fan of that coin because The guy behind it is working with all of the regulatory agencies, and it's very likely going to be the first, very likely, VERI, going to be one of the first coins that gets official approval, and big money, big money, like government and country style money, could come into this coin, and it could be a solution for the transfer. Now, all this coin, as well as all of these other coins that are out there, like crypto as a whole, is not going to just go to the moon like everybody's hoping for until something major happens. And that until that we're waiting for is the bank collapse, the dying off of the old system and the transition into the new system. All right, that's what's taking place. That's where we're at right now in the world. There's a lot of world news type of factors that are going on. Good guys versus bad guys. The good guys are actually winning right now, taking out the evil that's been in the system, that's been running things for the last several years. Those players are being removed, and in that process, the old system is dying. It has to be, like, it's going away. So the banksters, all of the paper money, is dying in value, and we look at that every single day here on the show. All right, and we'll go look at it here in just a minute. But just kind of spot check what's going on. Bitcoin is under 6,100. It was under it dipped down into the 5,000s the other day. I don't personally think it's going to go much below the $5,000 mark or the $6,000 mark. I mean, who knows? It could absolutely, it could go to $1. But I do feel like it's Bitcoin, as well as all of the other ones, is much like, this is all part of suppression. And we talked yesterday about the manipulation efforts of Mt. Gox, them having so much Bitcoin that they can just flood the market with it. And then you have the derivatives market. All right, that's basically fake Bitcoin. That's not actually real tangible Bitcoin that's being exchanged. It's just somebody clicking a mouse and saying, let's pretend that we're putting $100 million worth of cryptocurrency in this trade, and let's affect the price. And so that's what's been going on in silver for years. It's what's been going on for gold for years. And it's what's going on right now with Bitcoin. Now, with everything that is going on, the regulation is coming to the world of cryptocurrency. It's still kind of the wild, wild west. And regulation is coming to the cryptocurrency world, though. We're just early. We're all early. Those of you watching this show, we're early in the game. The train has not left the station. They just, the conductor, it started, like the engine's on. They just yelled, hey, all aboard. But we still got a minute. We still have some time. I personally believe that the almost the full dying off of the old system, I believe that will transpire in the last 6 months of this year. I believe that we're going to see a lot of change in the last few months of this year, and we're going to be moving into a brand new world come January of next year. So that's just my take on it. We're going to come look at, and that's what's kind of going on in the crypto world. I'm going to run over here to TradingView, and we'll just take a look. Actually, we didn't look at the biggest winners. The biggest winners for the last 24 hours, so Theta token. Again, I talked about this one yesterday. This is one of my favorite picks in terms of projects. I started doing some research on this. There's a lot of big money behind this project. They did not go to ICO, so it's very likely never going to be called a security. It's safe from the regulation in that regard. And the problem that they're solving with this token is a very big problem that affects a lot of people, and they have the right talent behind it. Plus, my gut feeling says that this is a good play. And if you guys know, that's what I factor those four things in before I invest in any cryptocurrency. What's the problem that this project is trying to solve? Number two, is it a big problem, like this affects the masses, or is it just a little niche problem? If it's a little niche problem, I don't get into the project. I'm going after the ones, I'm looking at the ones that affect the masses. These are the projects that are going to have the biggest upside. The third question I ask is, who's the team that's involved? Do they have the skills and the experience? And I do my research on the people behind the project, the people that are running the project. I see so many people that invest in these cryptocurrency projects, and they don't even research the people that are running things. EOS, for example, EOS, it's one of the most hyped up cryptocurrencies out there. And if you just spend an hour researching the people behind it, you'll see that there's some of the most criminal type of people that are out there, like child pedophilia, like child pornography type of people. And they've got charges and arrest warrants, and like, and it's all public information, and it's all right there with 15, 20 minutes worth of research that you can find out. But so anyway, that's a rant for another day. But that's the third thing that I look at. Who are the people that are behind it? And then the fourth thing that I go by before I invest in any project is, what does my gut tell me? Like, do I feel good about this coin or not? I listen to that. That intuition that we have is a very good thing to listen to and pay attention to. So those are the four things that I like. Theta definitely passed all four of those questions for me, and kind of a bonus for Theta tokens. Not the reason that I bought it, but it's kind of cool. Michelle Whitedove, who is, if you look her up, I think her title or her brand is the America's #1 psychic or best psychic, or maybe the world, I don't know. But she's a psychic, and she did crypto picks, and Theta was her underdog crypto pick, which I didn't find out until after I'd already started studying it, but cool nonetheless. So I like seeing that coin is up. I believe there's a lot of good news on the horizon for that. All right, so that's what's going on in the crypto world. Let's go into the bond market and take a look at what's going on. In the Vanguard total bond market, if we look, I mean, the last long time, over a year, this is a pretty solid downward dump. This is the US, this is the Vanguard total bond market. This is the ETF fund. The reason that we look at this is because this is the best visual representation of the value of the US dollar. And you can see, what's the US dollar been doing for the last over a year? Dump. It's all going down. The dollar is dying. Right now, it is at 78.99, which is essentially the exact same as it was yesterday. So we're not going to spend a lot of time there, but I do like to check in so that you can see what's going on with the dollar. The next one that we look at is gold, because as the dollar dies, then three things are going to, like wealth is never destroyed. It's only transferred. All right, remember that. Wealth is never destroyed. It's only transferred. And so when the dollar dies, that wealth is not going to just evaporate and disappear. It's going to be transferred somewhere else. So the question is, where is it going to be transferred? The three most likely scenarios are gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies. Those are going to be the three biggest benefactors. And by the way, this is not financial advice. This isn't legal advice, business advice. It's just my opinion. This is my opinion on all of this stuff. This is what I do. This is the way I approach things. Do your own research. Don't just go put money in something because you're taking my word for it. All right, so now let's look at gold. Gold is at 1258, which is actually down. It's time to buy some gold if you don't own gold. It's down at the moment. Gold has been suppressed for years. Silver has been suppressed for years. Personally, I think that silver is going to have more of an upside than gold, but that's for other reasons that I won't get into today. One of which is there's more uses for silver, and there's also, if you really start doing the research and digging, there's possibly a lot more gold existing in the world than we are told. There's a lot of gold hidden. That's been made private and kind of, hidden from the public eye. And so I've done enough research where I kind of believe that that's the case. And if that is the case, and if it ever does, which it could during this process of the dollar dying off and the old system dying off, it could absolutely come up where, hey, we're the heroes. Here's the gold we discovered or whatever. If that were to ever be the case, then you're talking flooding like hundreds of thousands or even millions or more ounces of gold onto the market. And when you do that, the price is not going to go up. It's more than likely going to go up because it's been suppressed for so long. However, we don't have that same type of scenario in play with silver. So I'm more of a fan of silver. However, I am still very much so a fan of gold. So let's look at silver. Silver today is sitting at $16.22. It's down about 10 cents from where it was yesterday. So not a lot of movement on silver for the day. I'm going to go ahead and leave this. We have a couple of things in the news that I wanted to just touch on. Let's see. I'm not going to get into world news today. There's plenty of stuff going on in world news, but the short version is the good guys are still winning. The Trump administration, the things that they are doing, the organization that's kind of playing out, is very fun to watch. Because at the end of the day, at the core of all this, the good guys are winning, and we are moving towards a world of world peace. Like peace, global peace is coming, which brings in a lot of factors, a lot of things that certain people in the world don't want to see played out. So it's not going to happen easily. There's going to be some kind of outlandish stuff coming up in the news. And especially at some point, we're going to hear some things that is just almost difficult to even fathom. From people that we've put in charge of our nation, things are going to come out about those people. It's going to make us question a lot of stuff. So just be prepared for it. I'm not going to get into it because all that stuff's kind of murky and just it's got a negative vibe to it. That's not what I'm really about. I do bring those things up to your attention because they are directly related to the new world that we're moving into, the world where we're not on the old monetary system. We're not dealing with cash. We're not dealing with banks in the way that we're dealing with them today. We're dealing with cryptocurrencies. And so that is the future of money. It's the future that we're moving into. And so I don't like talking about it a lot, but I do talk about it when it's relevant. So I'm going to skip over the world news section for today. And we'll just talk about some of the headlines that are going on in the world of crypto, because I mean, you can often tell a lot just by kind of looking at the headlines. So first thing I want to talk about is this one right here. Jack Ma launches the blockchain money remittance to the Philippines and bashes Bitcoin again. So this isn't surprising. Those of you who don't know Jack Ma, he is the guy behind Alibaba, which Alibaba does more revenue than Amazon, Apple, and some like probably 2 or 3 other of the major players in the world. More revenue than all of those combined, which is mind-blowing when you think about it. And so this guy doesn't like Bitcoin. Let me rephrase that. He doesn't publicly like Bitcoin. I would be very surprised if there's not holdings in this. And so like the remittance solution is one. This is kind of funny to me, actually. The remittance is one of the whole fact, and I'm not surprised that he doesn't like Bitcoin, or I'm also not surprised that, I mean, he's a money-driven person, very much so, self-proclaimed. He's in it for the money, and this the money remittance. So remittance is whenever you're sending money from, maybe you leave your country and come to the U.S. and you get a job and you're sending money back to people in your country. That's remittance, right? So that they can live. You're sending money back to your family. You're here working, making your thing, right? So there's a lot of that. Western Union, up until recently, has been one of the main forms of remittance. Well, when you're sending $100 and you get charged 20% by Western Union to send that $100, that's $20. That's a lot of money if you're only sending back $100 or $300. Like there's a massive fee. Well, cryptocurrency solves that because you can send cryptocurrency completely across borders, anywhere to any country, in a matter of seconds, person to person, for pennies. And so remittance is a dying game anyway. Anybody that's looking at making remittance solutions, they're just in it for the money. It's an evil play. It's not a good route to go. Like, remittances are going away. Like, this is just you. This is somebody stepping in and saying, you know what? I don't have to do this. I could do this same thing with cryptocurrency, but I'm still going to charge the fees because I like my money. And I don't care if my fees affect your way of living or how much money you can send back to your family or whatever. So that's not all that's involved here, but that's just my initial take on it. So The link to this will be in the group if you are interested in that. The next thing that I want to point out is Bitcoin price Isaac comeback is 250 million new Tether tokens enter circulation. So Tether, those of you that have been paid attention to the show for long at all, you kind of know my thoughts about Tether. Tether's the one, it's the token supposedly pinned to the US dollar. So for every dollar that, or every Tether coin, there's supposedly a US dollar in the bank backing it up. So the price of Tether never goes more than just a few pennies above or below one US dollar value, regardless of what the rest of the market does. It's like one of those stable coins. And so I used Tether in the early days whenever I anticipated, if I had Bitcoin holdings on an exchange or somewhere that I was trading and I anticipated that the market was about to go down, I'd slide that Bitcoin over into Tether, let the market go down. Guess what? My Bitcoin held its value. And then when the market came up, move it right back. So it's a good, I mean, it can be used for lots of different things. However, then I started doing my research on Tether and finding out who is behind Tether. And the person that came up with the idea, or that initially announced the launch of Tether, it wasn't called Tether back then. I don't remember the name, what it was called, but it was Brock Pierce. And Brock Pierce is the guy that's behind EOS. He's one of the main spokespeople behind EOS. And he's not a good dude. I'm not a fan of that dude. And so I've talked about, you know, the reasons why I'm not a fan of that guy, but I think there's something to be said for, you know, in integrity and like good business in the cryptos, right? Like I think investing with integrity and like investing with morals involved. I know that I could play the EOS game and I could make some money. I used to own EOS, but I know what's behind it. I know who's behind it. I know what's at the core. I know that they're a criminal organization that's not going to be around long. And I also know that if EOS dies, if the developers kill it, which they have the power to do, then they are the ones that benefit the most, because that means Ethereum, the price of Ethereum is going to go up because they're direct competitors. And whenever they launched the EOS token, they sold it and only accepted Ethereum as payment. So they have a large holding of Ethereum. And so there's benefit if EOS lasts, and there's benefit for them if EOS dies. And so I'm not a fan of them. I could play it. I believe that there's something to be said with, you know, in investing in the companies, not just for the money, but the ones that actually have morals and follow the ones, they got to be in alignment with what I vibe with. If not, then I'm just not going to do it. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just here, again, giving you my opinion, and you can take it for what it's worth. So this is just funny. I'm not really pointing out this particular article. The part that I'm pointing out is 250 million new Tethers enter circulation. So this is exactly what happened. Tether decided, I think yesterday, we want to print $250 more, or 250 million more coins of this coin, and just put them out into the marketplace with no vote, no advance notice, no nothing. Just, hey, there's nothing saying that we can't do this. We own this stuff. Like, we're not giving an audit. And that's another thing. Like, they've been asked for an audit, to provide an audit and say, show us that the money is actually there. But they won't provide a full audit. They did have a lawyer spokesperson come out and say, oh yeah, I looked at their bank account on this date and there was money there. Number one, the lawyer is, I mean, you do some research on the name of the lawyer, you'll find connections with people in the deep state, which are scam and criminal organizations. And so that is what it is, but they won't let anybody come in and do an official audit. Why would you not do that if you were above board on everything? So there's just too much going on. And they decided yesterday that they wanted to just create out of thin air 250 million new tokens, so that they can do what? Manipulate the price even more. So there we go. That's all I wanted to talk about. I am going to be giving away some Litecoin today, so this show won't be a complete rant. But yeah, that's what's going on in the world of crypto. All right, so here's the deal. For those of you wanting Litecoin, so I give away on this show every day. I give away $10 worth of free Litecoin to the first 10 people that just simply ask me for it. The reason I give away Litecoin is because I'm a fan of it. I believe in the project and the people behind it, and I believe that it will be one of the mainly used cryptocurrencies going forward in the future. Not the only, the single one, but it will have uses, like large scale uses. And so I give that away. $10 every show. The only criteria, the rule is you cannot previously own Litecoin. If you already own some Litecoin, then I'm not giving you more. You got it, you own it. The whole point of me giving it away is to get new people turned on to it. Because when if I give you $10 worth of Litecoin today and say next week it's worth 20 or 30 or 40 bucks, or next month, or 3 months from now, you're going to get turned on to it and say, oh, all right, how do I get some more? And when you go and buy some more, that's another person that's now putting more money into Litecoin, which raises the value of my Litecoin. And so that's the reason that I give it away. So I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give you some more if you already have it. However, if you do not and you would like some, it's very easy for you to get. The first thing you got to do is just go to my YouTube channel, which is Creative Crypto. You just search for Creative Crypto on YouTube, you'll find it. And then this video, here in probably the next hour, this video, I'm doing it live right now, but it'll be published to my YouTube channel. And below that YouTube video in the description, there will be a link to another video. And in that video, I show you how to use your phone and go and download an app that's a Litecoin wallet. And then once you download the wallet, because you need a Litecoin wallet in order for me to be able to send you some Litecoin. And then once you download it, you just simply click a button in the app, and I show you how to do it all on the video. And then you email me your wallet ID so that I can actually know where to send the Litecoin to. And then once I have that, I'll copy your wallet ID and send $10 worth of Litecoin to you. Usually I'll do that within like 24 hours. So that's what's on the table. Whenever you do send me your request, by following the video's instructions, you'll need a code word. You'll need a password. This is how I can tell that people are, because this offer expires 24 hours after I upload the video to YouTube. If I just left it out there open-ended forever, then I would have people hitting me up a year from now saying, hey, I just watched one of your old videos, you owe me some Litecoin. I don't want that. So it expires 24 hours after I upload it. You got to use a code word so that I know that you are watching this video. And today's code word, video to claim your Litecoin, in your email, when you send me your wallet ID, you need to use the code word FED, F-E-D. All right, F-E-D. We got Tether, pretending that they are the Federal Reserve. So that's going to be the code word for today, FED. All right, that's it for today. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out and watching the show. Tune in tomorrow for who knows what. We're going to pick it up where we left off, talk about the new stuff that's going on. And yeah, you guys have an awesome day. Talk to you all soon.